What is up, y'all? We are back with another video. I know it's been a few days, however, you know life be lifing. But we are definitely back today. We're gonna finish up this piece. We're gonna add whatever details we need to add. For the most part, we are almost there. We just got to do the frog, do these leaves, and then add very small but important details. Before we get into it, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, follow the socials. That helps me out a lot. Make sure you check out the website because a lot of these pieces go up there. I'm actually going to put a ton of artwork up there, so if you want to copy some fire pieces from my website, make sure you do that. We also got clothes up there. They're great quality, really comfortable, so make sure you tap in. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let me move my mic real quick. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday. I know I'm doing amazing. Hold on real quick. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so I think we're gonna do Froggy first. I just realized we didn't add any lighting to this shirt, so let's do that real quick. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. We could take the flat brush, turn the opacity down, and just throw in some lighting. It's on ad, right? Okay. So, make that a bit lighter. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe out here. Man, it just keeps getting wilder and wilder in the world. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in Minneapolis. RIP to Alex Preddy. And if you're unfamiliar with politics, that's okay. If you don't like politics, it's hard to say that's also okay, because I mean, it's something that you should definitely know about, because this is what's going on in the world, and more specifically in our country, and your life could very much be in danger at this current point, I'll say, because they shot an innocent man 10 times and was trying to cover up the evidence for it. So, you definitely, in this day and age, you have to know what's going on, and you have to know how to protect yourself. And for the proper context for people that don't know what's going on, Border Patrol has been snatching families, citizens, basically profiling anybody that they think is an immigrant, and they've actually been snatching more citizens off the street than they have immigrants. However, our president and the Department of Homeland Security claims that we're getting the worst of the worst, when in reality, the percentage of U.S. citizens that's getting snatched off the streets as opposed to immigrants, or the worst of the worst that they're talking about, is vast and abysmal. A majority of that percentage is U.S. citizens. They're going around profiling anybody that they think could be an immigrant. So Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out here. In context to Alex Preddy. Alex Preddy was a ICU nurse. And might I say, a damn good one at that. From the clips that I'm seeing of him, he was a very, very beautiful soul. And paid a lot of respect to our U.S. veterans. A lot of respect. I'm actually gonna use like a regular pencil on this one, I'm not gonna lie. And he was protesting. And he had saw this woman get pushed by one of the ICE agents. So, and this is important because the media will try to paint it as if it was something else. It was not something else. They're trying to say that Alex Preddy approached ICE with a weapon. Now, it's very important to remember that one, there is so many angles, so much film of Alex Preddy approaching them with his phone and an empty hand. Now, Alex Preddy did have his piece on him, but this is where laws come into place. All you Second Amendment right ass niggas, yeah, I need you to lock the fuck in right now. He was legally carrying his firearm. It is legal in Minnesota to open carry as long as you have your permit, which he had. And he didn't choose to uphold on these niggas. He very much could have, but he did not. All he had out was his phone and his hand. And in an attempt to protect a protester from being shoved to the ground, one of the agents tried to pepper spray him. And somehow this fuck up of an agent fucked up at that one job. He didn't successfully pepper spray him. And that must have hurt his ego, because he then was trying to grab Alex Preddy and detain Alex Preddy. And he was struggling with that. So his goons came in, and they all of them, 6 people I believe, 6 big fucking goons with masks on, detaining one man. One unarmed man. Held him to the ground, removed his permitted firearm, and then shot him 10 times. Now, for some people, this content might make you uncomfortable. But if you're a decent human, you also have to acknowledge that that's fucking wrong. Make sure y'all say his fucking name. Justice for Alex Preddy. And there's so many more people that are suffering at the hands of ICE right now, it's not even funny. But bright side, it does seem like the protests are making progress, so that's good. Keep using your voice. Never stop speaking out. Alright. Right now we're going to color the small little twig with the leaf on it. I always figured with this character that he would just do small shit like have a fucking twig in your mouth. Because this character lives on an island surrounded by frogs. I highly doubt he gives a fuck about a twig with leaves on it. For this one, I will use the paintbrush. Turn that down a little bit. So when I first made this, it was like spring, the leaves were green. For this one, I wanted to be kinda not spring, but like in between winter and spring. And I'd say for that, those leaves are like this color, I want to say. I'm gonna make it a bit like orange. I Show Speed just finished his tour in Africa. And first off, let me talk about like how that man has grown so much in a year. And it's even more beautiful that a lot of his growth was on this tour. One, to see the inspiration and amount of people that love him in Africa, it's beautiful. But also for him to bring so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, to show the world, especially black and brown people in this country, how truly beautiful Africa is. That's amazing. Man, that is beautiful to see. Cause I mean, I have an educated family, right? I've always known that Africa's not what America's made it to seem. It's not some shithole country. But also, I got homies out there. Shout outs to Alvin. Shout outs to my nigga Av. Like, they've educated me on the beauties of Africa, and they've shown me their perspective. Dude, it's beautiful. And this is just going based off what I'm seeing on the internet. Speed has actually gotten to see what it's like in person. See the culture, see the people. I know that's a different level of beauty. Okay. So now we're gonna go back with that pencil. Oh my god, if I could stick to the fucking color. Lord have mercy. We're gonna go back with the sketching pencil, and we're just gonna add the details like the vines. If I could do that. Okay. So I'm actually gonna turn off the sketch layer real quick. I just want to preface that when all the coloring is done, I will be turning off the sketch layer permanently. Because I want the details to pop so much that it'll look like there's no need for the sketch. This is the fun part about rendering, is that you don't necessarily need line art. And I was actually watching a video on this yesterday about why at a certain point in your journey you don't really need line art. Again, it depends on the kind of art you want to put out though. Like, it depends on your style. So me, I mix it up. I love rendering. I love the process of rendering. I think rendering is fun, but I do like the anime approach of things. I like the cartoon comic-y approach. But even then, I'm thinking about the way I want to switch up the way that I do my line art. Maybe I might want to go back and implement some factors of that scratchy line art that I used to do. But here's the thing with that. The problem with my old one, well, not even a problem, but because everybody's art is different. The thing I'll say with my old line art is that it seems messy. It seems untamed. And that aspect I didn't like. With that being said, though, I do miss like the flow of that former line art. Alright, we're gonna turn that back on. Same thing with these. Let me go back to that paint. I'm just gonna... Actually, I'm gonna use a flat brush for this. Turn that opacity up. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Save me some time. Work smarter, not harder, folks. Work smarter, not harder. I'm actually gonna make this one down here a little bit brighter. Wait, did that take away? Oh, it did. Yes, okay, we can go back and re-add it. Outside of the current state of the world, I'm actually excited for the new year. I don't know, just a lot to look forward to, especially as a fan of cinema. Because we're eating fucking good this year. Holy shit, let's talk about it. We have 2 Avengers movies coming this year. Secret Wars and Doomsday. We have Daredevil coming in March. We have the season finale for The Boys coming in April. We have the Michael Jackson movie coming in April. We have the Mario Galaxy movie coming in April. Oh man, what else is coming? I know there's a ton of shit, bro. I can't think of it off top, but like as a huge cinema fan, I'm already knowing that a lot of this year we're gonna be in the movies with it. Man, we're eating good this fucking year. I'm specifically looking forward to Daredevil season 2 and The Boys. I definitely want to see where this finale takes us, because that cliffhanger we were left on was disrespectful. I'm gonna clean this up a bit. Alright, we're gonna turn off that sketch layer again. We're gonna merge these two down. And we're gonna make this leaf look more like post-wintry than your standard leaf. Cool. Alright, now we're gonna go in, clip mask that. And what we did the first time with the sketch, we're gonna do the same thing. Just adding small details to these leaves. We are gonna make it a bit darker. However, I will turn the opacity down. There we go. I just got reminded of something, and it's unfortunate that it carries over into this day. Back in high school, I had homies that were one of those people that was like, bro, are we still talking about George Floyd? We still talking about Breonna Taylor, bro? That shit is sad. Stop talking about that shit. And the only reason that I bring that shit up right now is because there's a lot of people now that think that same way. Like, dog, this is somebody's life we're talking about here. Alright, we're gonna merge that down. And now we're gonna do the shading. Yeah, man, like, in hindsight, I definitely should have cut these folks off back then. Because there really is, like, obviously, yeah, the shit is sad. It's very much sad, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, this is shit happening in people's lives daily. And it's been happening to black and brown people. And hell, everybody. It's been happening to a lot of people for hundreds of years. And it's energy like that that is not gonna help it, instead continue it. Yes, it'll make you uncomfortable. Yes, it's repetitive. But imagine for a second that somebody you love loses their hand or loses their life to injustice, to a corrupt cop, politician, border patrol. Imagine that. They lose their life for protesting or for whatever, just existing. Wouldn't that make you feel something? Wouldn't that make your stomach burn? Wouldn't that make you feel null and empty and hollow at the fact that somebody who makes your soul feel bright, somebody who makes you strive to be better, they're dead at the hands of some corrupt pig, some fucking ugly, disgusting soul? They died unjustly. And then to make matters worse, they tried to paint this person that you know in your mind, body, and soul was a beautiful person. They tried to paint this person as a terrorist, as a violent aggressor. They start digging up shit or coming up with shit, start making fake shit about this person, slandering. News stations, slandering. One chunk of the internet that has Donald Trump's dick in their mouths, slandering. Wouldn't that make you hurt? Wouldn't that make you angry? Granted, we were teenagers back then. And it's very clear to me that a lot of those people that said that shit, they definitely never had that sit down with their parents where their parents like walked them through that shit. Cause I most definitely did. My parents sat me down, educated me on the system, how it works, racism, all that shit. And there's also something that I had to learn more about with time. I'm still learning shit about slavery that's vile, man. It's vile shit. My point with that tangent is, if you're one of those people that's like, bruh, stop talking about that shit. You talk about that shit so much. It's so sad. Stick to drawing. Or you're one of those people that sees this shit in the world and you click off of it. To some degree, I understand. Because I won't lie, now my whole timeline is flooded with every day somebody dying. But same time, this is the shit that we need to see. You need to see this shit. We need to be saying their names, bro. If you can't protest, if you can't support, there are ways to support. There are ways to show that you care. I understand that was a heavy topic, so I'm gonna give it a minute before I speak again. Gonna give it some lighting. Cool thing about the leaves is we don't gotta do nothing crazy, bro. As I proceed to cover that whole shit. So J. Cole just recently dropped a mixtape, I believe, called Birthday Blizzard something. And on there, he actually addressed him dropping out of the beef. I believe in the song Birthday Blizzard specifically, he addressed him dropping out of the beef. And in a second, I'm going to pull up the lyrics because I kind of want to see what he's talking about. I remember it vaguely though, like it was, I don't want to say corny, but like, I don't know, like him trying to push, not push, but like reassert himself as this king of rap after dropping out. Hold on, let me pull up the lyrics so I'm making sense. Birthday Blizzard lyrics. J. Cole. Which song was it? He said, okay, so far the Blizzard track getting the most buzz is Bronx Zoo Freestyle. Hold on. Bronx Zoo Freestyle, on which Cole addressed the beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Cole famously entered the fray with 7-Minute Drill, a song he apologized for and removed from streaming. Here he admits that his backpedaling might have cost him, but he likes being the underdog. And the quote specifically is, "I used to be top seed, apology dropped me way out of the top 3. No problem, I'm probably my best when they doubt me. Watch me, watch me, watch me." I do like this, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this underdog approach, especially given the context of his upcoming album that he's about to drop, The Fall Off. Low-key, that's W marketing, WPR. Damn, that is actually genius marketing. Did this nigga apologize on purpose? Maybe J. Cole's the real prophet in all of this shit. Hold on, wait, hold on, actually. This nigga's a genius. I'm telling you, no more Cole slander. Cause I promise you, first off, it was that fucking song that he just dropped where this nigga rapped his life in reverse. And then in the music video, it's also in reverse. And then just the way this nigga's moving with the release of this album, like, it makes the apology work in his favor. I'm not gonna lie, if you really think about it. This nigga's a genius. Alrighty, it's time for the frog. Let me combine this down. Or should I have... Okay, hold on. We'll combine that down. Bring this in here. Cool. Alright. Now it's time for our little froggy friend. Turn that sketch layer back on. So, in the original inspiration, the froggy I had was pink. Fuck it, we can bring Pinky back, why not? excited for Cole's new album. According to ASAP Rocky, Frank Ocean might be dropping a project, which I'm also very excited for. We have not had a Frank project in hella long. And I know the Frank fans are fucking deprived. I'm Frank fans. Bruh, Blonde. I've literally been fucking, like, Frank fans and Kingdom Hearts fans gotta be in the same boat, bruh. Frank fans been surviving off fucking Blonde for hella long now. Kingdom Hearts fans been fiending off that one fucking KH4 trailer. It's literally fucking Kingdom Hearts E3 all over again, bruh. Them niggas saw that one Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer and was fucking foaming out the mouth for 13 years. By the time Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, nigga, I might be a grandfather. Then again, I don't know. With Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being done, I definitely feel like the focus is going back into KH, which is good. I don't want any more spin-offs, bro. I'm tired of that shit. Alright. Now for this belly part, I believe in harmonious colors. However, we are going to make it a bit lighter. More pastel. Cool. Alright. So before I go back in and add the small details, we're just going to get the shading out the way, because I definitely feel like that is what'll make this frog pop right now. Because if I turn the sketch layer off, you feel me, we just got colors. So I definitely want to get the shading out the way now. Now we have a shaded frog. Now we just gotta add the eyes. Yeah, maybe go back in and add some more small details. Whoa! Sorry if I'm coughing a lot. It's cold in here. All kinds of congestion. Yeah, this is the part where we just come in and clean it. Okay, well, we don't do that. But we just come in and we clean shit up. You feel me? Because there's parts like this that have white space, and that's due to me trying to color within the sketch. There's probably spots like that all throughout this piece that we're just gonna go in and clean up. I still haven't even done the piercing yet, but as you can see right here is that little patch right there. That's due to me trying to color around the sketch. But let's finish up the frog first before we go back and clean up myself. We still didn't even do the eyes yet. Perfect. Now that might look different when I turn this on. Oh, alright. Alright. Now we're gonna go in and add some highlights to this little froggy friend. It may not look like it, but due to all the layers, once again, this shit is starting to buffer. Alright, turning the pencil layer off, this is what we got so far. Looks pretty smooth, just gotta go in and fix up some stuff. Like for example, my piercing that I didn't even do. Did not mean to alpha lock that. What does that look like now? Okay, it still looks pretty good. Alright, we got our frog. I think now what I'll do is combine these all into one. Now, normally I don't do this, as when I'm trying to fix things, it is much easier to go to specific layers and do that. However, if I delete this, it'll delete it. However, when I'm rendering, it actually is much easier to have them all in one. Alright, I will need the sketch layer on, because what I'm about to do is go in with a pencil and just add like similar sketch lines so that way I can tell where the where the lines are. So for example, with our hair right here, I'll turn that all the way up. So with our hair right here, you know, we'll be able to tell you feel me? Blend some of them in. We don't want it to look too pencil-y, you know, but we definitely want it to be known where that line is. Same thing right here. Same thing right here. I'm gonna make this a bit darker. I hate when that happens. Oh my god. Okay. Now what we're gonna do with the hair, because this looks fire. However, do my locks look like that? No. We need more realism. So, gonna keep the pencil, and we're just going to go through. And how do I want to do this? Actually, we'll just stay on one layer. Just gonna keep the pencil, or do I want the? Where is it at? No. Yeah. We're gonna take the fine hairbrush, and we're just gonna go through and. We're gonna turn the sketch layer off too. This is what it looks like now without the sketch layer. Yeah, we're just gonna take it, go through. Actually, do I want the fine hairbrush or the flowing hair? What if I turn that down? I don't know, it's kind of hard to see right there. Darker. try short hair. Okay, well that's... Yeah, not really feeling that one. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with the pencil. Sketching. Cool. Turn that down a little bit. Oh, I don't want that. Turn that down all the way. Might need a thinner pencil. Let's try the technical. This is the fun part I love about rendering, is just small details, man. They go a long way. What's crazy is what I'm doing right now is it's just lines, bro. That's all it is. It's just lines. But like very intentional lines. Nothing forced or anything of that nature, but lines that I feel like lines I'm just putting down because I feel like they will give this thing the detail it needs. Oh, my song just came on. I think the hair looks good. I think the hair looks pretty fire. Gonna go back to our froggy friend up here. Same thing. Taking our pencil, just adding small details that are needed there. We're gonna go to the skin. Same thing. real quick, I'm going to do the same thing with the shirt. For this side, I will make it a bit darker. Like I said, the background will be the same color as the original. Oh shit, I forgot to add the septum. We'll do that real quick. Shouldn't take us long. This one underneath the skin. Well, no, not in the same group, but yeah, right there. This should probably be the easiest thing out of this whole project to color. Actually, I will put this above the skin. Cool. Now, like I was saying, the background color will be the same as the original, which was, I want to say, like around here. Now it's time for us to do our infamous logo. Hold on real quick. And real quick in the corner here. This would make number 10. And with that, my friends, we are done with this piece. Can't forget the most important part. Always sign your work. That'll be it for this piece, folks. If you like these videos, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, follow the socials. This piece, like all my other pieces, will be on my store. Might make a sweater out of this one, maybe a tote bag, but for surely there will be posters. I will also make it my duty today to take all the volumes I've made so far and turn them into posters for you guys. So make sure you check that out in the description down below. Have an amazing Wednesday. And, well, you guys might see this when it's Thursday, but it's Wednesday today. So regardless, have an amazing day, amazing week, and amazing weekend. Love you guys. See you soon.